I'm Wiz Cosplay, and last month I had the opportunity to judge at Colorado Anime Fest. Colorado Anime Fest is a 3-day convention that's held in Denver, Colorado. It's probably a medium-sized convention, but as far as the state goes, one of the larger conventions. Colorado Anime Fest also has one of my favorite all-time cosplay contests to enter because it runs so smoothly and there's a lot of good vibes in the overall process. Though it was a bit chaotic this year. For those that don't know, the judging process goes like this. Typically, you sign up for the contest in advance, which is online and announced through social media most of the time. If there is some cutoff, it's either for a particular date or for number of signups. For Colorado Anime Fest, it was a number of signups, and the people who registered after the fact were put on a wait list. And so if somebody dropped from the main contest, someone could move off the wait list into the competition. A lot of contests are separated into Masquerade, which is mainly performance focused, and Hall Judging, which is craftsmanship based. But Colorado Anime Fest judges craftsmanship and performance together in one rubric, though with a distinct emphasis on craftsmanship more than anything. And so by the time Friday rolled around, there were probably between 60 and 80 people signed up for the cosplay contest. And now all these people needed to go through prejudging, which is where contestants have 5 to 10 minutes with the judges to explain how they made their cosplay and allow the judges to ask any questions about how their cosplay was fabricated. Luckily, it ended up being closer to 16 hours over Friday and Saturday prejudging. So the day started on Friday at 2:30. We had our first prejudging slot, and that went until 9:30 at night. And then the next day, we had 9 hours worth of prejudging that started around 9 a.m. and went to about 6. And so when people come in for prejudging, there's all kinds of ways that you can structure it in order to best show off your garment. Some people bring their clothes in on racks so that judges can see the inside of the garment, which is nice. One of the drawbacks here is that the judges can't judge how well the garment fits you until they wait to see you on stage later. Some people bring what's called a build book, essentially a scrapbook with pictures showing the process from start to finish, how you made that cosplay. And also it proves to the judges that you made what you made, because unfortunately we live in a reality where some people try to pass off others' work as their own. So I spent most of my Friday and Saturday in prejudging, going through everyone's cosplays. I had a couple of friends enter the cosplay competition, which some people would probably worry that one wouldn't be able to adequately judge their friends in a competition, but arguably I probably judge my friends a little harsher because I know what they're capable of. So I try to leave those preconceived notions at the door and give everybody a very fair estimation. But friends, I know if you were working last minute and you cut corners. After everybody was prejudged on Saturday, I quickly got ready into Suki, which was a Best in Show winner 2 years ago at that Colorado Anime Fest, and we watched everybody's performance portion of the contest. So in terms of the rubric, performance is kind of a gray area, 5 to 10% of your points. Essentially, if you do something spectacular, it could be the deciding factor in 2 well-made, craftsmanship judged garments. The only way you would not get a ton of points is if you really just didn't show up. So going on stage and hitting a couple poses is to your advantage. Colorado Anime Fest rubric is inspired by the International Costumers Guild rubric, which can be found online, but is loosely organized into 40% points for diversity of techniques, so how many different mediums or skills you exhibited in the cosplay, 40% for depth of technique, so how difficult each of those skills were to incorporate, and then 20% for accuracy, which is how well this cosplay adheres to the reference image or the inspiration images that are shown in the build book. Naturally, this is where it's really important to have a build book so that judges have reference images to compare to. I haven't seen all media that people cosplay from. I wish I had that kind of time. All the judges were able to give out a judges award, which is a cosplay that you thought in particular had a certain je ne sais quoi to it. My judges award went to Universes for having such interesting techniques, for mastering a lot of techniques for a relative beginner, and they even transcribed music notes to put on their little apron that they had. I thought it was so cool that their embroidered music was actual like sheet music. On Sunday, because I wasn't doing prejudging, I was able to run my cosplay panel, Intro to Electronics for Cosplay, and y'all showed up for a completely packed room. I was so proud, and that was run with my friend Winged Con Cosplay. Sunday was also for feedback, so a lot of the contestants were able to come to us to talk about what they did excellent and where they could improve on their future cosplays. It's really important to take this feedback into account. I was a judge this year and last year, and there's people who took my advice seriously last year that were then able to integrate it into their cosplays now, and in doing so were able to place with an award where they hadn't been able to last year. So listen to those judges, because we also give a lot of time towards helping you. Overall, I'm really glad that I was able to judge at Colorado Anime Fest. I probably won't be doing the same next year, just so I can rotate out to help with their Cosplay University programming. So I'll be helping to run some educational panels for learning different skills in cosplay. It was overall probably close to 20 to 22 hours spent doing prejudging, sitting through the show, deliberating with awards, and giving feedback on Sunday. In addition to hosting my own panel, there was some discussing among the cosplay staff that we probably did have a few too many people this year. It's a good problem to have that a contest gets so popular that you have to put an attendance cap. So I think next year that's what will be coming. But I love Colorado Anime Fest. It is probably in my top 3 cons of all time. I make sure to go every year. I love it so much that I joined the cosplay staff to help out with judging and programming, if that's any indicator of how much I like it. And so I would encourage everybody to try competing there if they've been on the fence about competing within this general area of Colorado and surrounding states. And thank you for watching me ramble on about my experience as a judge at Colorado Anime Fest 2025.